Here are the top 10 defensive lines in college football this season. At number 10, I've got South Carolina. There are some big questions to answer this season, but I love the fact that they've got Dylan Stewart back. I love the fact they added Demon Clowney, and I really think some of these portal additions can gel nicely and once again make the defensive line and the pass rush the best part of South Carolina's team. At number 9, I've got Oklahoma. The Sooners had great defensive line play last season despite being on the field a long time. They did a great job this offseason at reloading. They bring in Florida State's Marvin Jones Jr., and they've got talented young players like David Stone back. At number 8, I've got the Florida Gators. They've got 2 potential first-round picks on this defensive front, and it's a unit that really came around toward the end of last season and was a big reason for their late-season turnaround. I think they're going to continue to replicate what they found successful last year. At number 7, I've got Miami. The Hurricanes had some issues last season on the defensive front, mostly due to injuries they sustained, but Ruben Bain's back, and I think if healthy, they're one of the best defensive fronts in the country. Georgia has seen some slippage from those historically dominant defensive fronts they had in years past, but they still have a fantastic unit up front that's going to be one of the best in the country. They don't have a ton of returning production, but you trust the development, and they've got some solid returners. Despite losing multiple awesome defensive tackles to the NFL draft, Michigan is still absolutely potent along this defensive front and has several rising defenders that will absolutely make them one of the best units this season. Texas Tech made an absolute killing in the transfer portal this offseason and have the potential to have one of the best defensive lines in the country. Romello Height coming in, David Bailey. The talent is absolutely there. The big question is, can they play together as a unit, and will they produce good numbers? Alabama had multiple players that could have gone to the NFL draft this offseason, but opted to return to the Crimson Tide and will make up one of the most devastating pass rushes in the country. Penn State is going to have a devastating starting lineup that will just absolutely wreak havoc in the Big Ten, and I'm so excited to see the numbers they can produce in a Jim Knowles defense. At the top of the list is Clemson. This looks like a vintage Clemson Tigers defensive front, and they even added the bonus of Will Helt out of the transfer portal from Purdue this offseason, which is a rare sight for Clemson football. So they're looking absolutely star-studded and should be the best defensive line in college football this season.